Thank you for joining us for today's video. Today's video is number 3 in a series entitled the 12-Step Reseller Program. The first two videos of this series will be included in the description of the video below. My friend and colleague Randy Fasek developed this series to make us more successful and profitable resellers. Randy has been an entrepreneur for over 50 years and a very successful reseller going back to the very early days. So let's get started.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into our 12-step program for resellers. Now that you've completed step number 1 and step number 2 and are able to sit back and see what you've accomplished, now it's time to go to step number 3. We're going to get into a little bit of the mentality of cleaning up the clutter. On step number 3, you're going to see that the cost is a lot higher than you ever imagined. Let me put it in kind of simple terms. Price doesn't even enter into what it costs you to maintain the clutter and the death piles that you have. We appreciate what we have when we remove the things in our life that are not relevant, in our business that are not relevant. Time is money, but money isn't everything. Now, last week I quoted, "Money is the root of all evil." That's not the real quote. The real quote is, "The love of money is the root of all kinds of evil." Money isn't evil in itself, but the love of money is. It can make us do many things that we wouldn't normally do. And I'm sure that some of you have experienced that with maybe some of your friends or business associates. It's really that greed that grips them. Anyway, I want to give you a couple of little statistics, and I think maybe you can take these personally. You know that 1 in 10 households in the United States has a storage locker to store things that they don't want, they don't need, and they can't use, and they're paying for it for years. But that's not the worst part of it. 1 in 4 resellers have a storage locker filled with stuff that they don't want, they can't use, they don't need, they can't sell, but it's costing them money. And not only that, clutter breeds clutter. So they not only have one storage locker, year after year, they continue to buy multiple storage lockers to store things that they don't have listed. They don't ever have any intention of having them listed. They're just paying extra money and working extra hard and giving money away instead of selling it. So there's a few things, and there's always excuses for this. I may need it someday. I may sell it someday. I got it for myself. How many things have you gotten for yourself that you haven't even looked at? And the worst part is you got to dust it off or you got to clean it up continually. You really don't care about it anymore, but you hate to throw it away because I spent good money on it, not realizing that I'm really spending good money on it all the time. What you need to realize is clutter contributes to your whole well-being. It's not just something that's laying there. It it affects you physically, emotionally. It contributes to stress, which stress contributes to sleeplessness. Probably the reason why so many Americans are overweight, because that also creates eating disorders, and not like anorexia. It's just the opposite. You start to get fat as your wallet gets slim. It creates exercise issues, relationship issues, and guilt. Have you ever really watched hoarders? You know, the one thing is the hoarder sees value in all the garbage in their house. But the other thing that they don't see is the fact that they don't value themselves at all. So the more they value stuff, the less they value themselves. So it's time to clean up the clutter, because what is it all for? Well, we're going to find out in step number 4.